What's good, everybody? This is your Cosmic Homegirl, and I'm doing the weekly forecast for everybody starting on May 9th of 2021. Let's get it right, May 9th, 2021 until May 16th of 2021. So we're going to see what the cosmic weather is like for everybody. Okay, don't forget I do have monthly horoscopes available for your sign for the month of May. If you want to know how Mercury retrograde is going to affect you, because his ass is in full effect starting this month, okay? Jupiter is entering Pisces. We're days away from that as I'm recording this. And also we are a couple weeks away from an eclipse in Sagittarius. How is that going to affect you by your sign? If you want to know, check out the May 2021 horoscopes. Also, these major transits and then some are still available in the 2021 yearly horoscopes. I know the year is almost halfway over, but yo, there is so much left of this year. Okay, I go in on Jupiter and Pisces. I go in on all the Mercury retros for the whole entire year. There's still another one left towards the end of the year. We have Venus going retrograde this year. You know what I'm saying? We have eclipses moving into Taurus and Scorpio. Okay, like a whole new eclipse cycle is starting this year too. So there's so much shit. Oh my gosh. So to know how everything in the sky is affecting you this year, I still have these available on my website on the horoscopes page too. So go and peep that, indigomoon.astrology.com. I'll leave the links also in this video. But let's see what's going on this week, you guys. Let's see what's cracking. Hope everybody's doing good out there. And we do have, I mentioned Mercury retrograde. Well, Mercury goes into its shadow period starting this week, you guys. I would say the 15th is like, you know, this coming weekend is when you can really start to notice the Mercury retrograde effects, because Mercury will start going into its shadow period. But yo, Mercury's in Gemini. Okay, so regardless, he is up to his tricks, and yeah, he's on his bullshit right now. Okay, so just keep that in mind, but I'll get to more of that later. But just as we start the week, just know that if you notice anything a little weird, you know, a little off, a little wonky, you know what I'm saying? Like your devices are being stupid. You are keying in a bunch of typos when you're trying to message people or create something. I mean, stuff like that. You know, Mercury is easing into his shadow period this week. All right, so let's start off with the 9th. For the most of the day, we have the moon in Aries. Oh yeah, and it's Mother's Day. If you're celebrating that, happy Mother's Day. We have an Aries moon on this day, but then the moon goes into Taurus. So the moon is a little feisty in Aries, you know, for the majority of the day. The people are hanging out and doing things or whatever everybody's doing, the celebrating. So you yourself or your mother figures, if they're around you, could be a little more demanding and feisty with that moon being in Aries, and hopefully there's no family fights or anything like that. But then the moon eases into comfy, cozy, chill ass Taurus in the evening of May 9th and stays there until May 12th. Okay, so moon in Taurus days, hey, this is the time to bust out with all the good grub, the chocolates, you know, the good wine, and just get comfy, and all the good smells. Oh my God, like the perfume, the body spray, the room spray. We're still in Taurus season technically because of the sun still here, even though other planets have moved on into Gemini and they're skipping through there, you know what I'm saying? We still have Taurus energy hanging out by the sun, and then the moon will join. So yeah, hella Taurus in the air. So yes, definitely enjoying stuff that has to do with the five. As I'm recording this, the moon is still in Aries. I don't know if you guys could hear that, but somebody's car is being loud AF unnecessarily. Oh, geez, under Aries moons, isn't it always like that? Let me know if you guys notice that shit too. It's so annoying. I don't know why people, but what I've heard that some people think that that's hot or something, but I don't know. I think it's annoying. Like, why though? So disruptive. Oh my God, disrespectful. Anyway, so yeah, moon in Taurus joining the sun in Taurus, hella Taurus vibes, man. Just, you know, chill, relax with a good bath bomb, especially leading up to the new moon, which is on the 11th. get a good bath bomb, get a good scented candle going, get a glass of wine or like a chocolate drink. Like I've been hooked. I'm a Taurus. You guys know that. I'm a Taurus sun and a bunch of other planets. And I've been hooked on these drinks. I think the brand is called Rebel or something, REBL. Dang it, I don't have one around immediately in front of me, but they are these like, I don't know, there's some sort of natural drink or whatever, but it's chocolate, and like they have a chocolate one, a mocha one. It's non-dairy for those of us that can't do dairy, but it tastes like a good chocolate milk though. Like it's so bomb. So there's a little Taurus tip for you, something to enjoy, because Taurus does rule beverages as well. So yeah, indulge in all the five senses stuff. If anybody is in an area in a time zone where it's still early enough to go shopping, this Taurus moon is going to make you want to go shopping. Do you remember that joke? Was it Chris Rock maybe back in the day? Women be shopping. Women be shopping. So stupid, right? Yeah, women be shopping under some Taurus energy. Anything that's on sale, it's like, well, you know, it's on sale, so I might as well get it even if you don't need it. It's on sale, so it's justified. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Moon and Taurus days are all about that life. So that's starting on the 9th. So then on the 10th, we have Mars squaring Chiron. Okay. Now this is a minor transit that may go unnoticed, but I pay close attention to Chiron transits personally, because Chiron aspects my whole entire fucking life in my chart. So actually it's more on the 11th, you guys. It's on the 11th. Yeah, I wrote it down wrong. Yeah, Chiron is somebody that I embody, you know, personally. He conjoins almost all of my personal planets in my chart, and he also aspects my ascendant, my descendant, and my what's it called? The fucking whole axis of my chart, the backbone of my life, okay? And all of my personal planets, except for the moon, Chiron is in the mix there. So I know what he's about. So I pay attention to his transits. They're not the most fun transits, to be honest, but you know, I gotta let you guys know what's going on. So anyway, yeah, it looks like the 11th we have Mars square Chiron. So Mars is action. He's, you know, going towards things, going after things. He's also about being aggressive and asserting yourself when and where necessary. You know, battling it out, fighting, scrapping, all of that stuff is Mars. He's about throwing them things, right? So Mars square Chiron. Chiron is about inflicting pain, and also it's about pain that you've already been inflicted with that still lingers and you still think about. And you know, it could be like a soft spot or a bruise, or you know what I'm saying? Like it could be poked and provoked and you know, still hurts sometimes, even if it's like an old ass wound. So I would say be careful with physical activities, because Mars rules physical activities, and it can also rule injuries, you know, if you're too wild. And then Chiron is getting wounded. So be careful. Don't overexert yourself with physical activities around this day, because we do still have some squares to Jupiter in the sky. Like the sun and moon will be squaring Jupiter on the 11th as well. It's a new moon day. You know, the new moon is squaring Jupiter, but just in general, the sun and moon alone are squaring Jupiter, which can make people overdo things and overlook consequences and just be an idiot and jump and fly and forget to check if you have a fucking parachute. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the energy of Jupiter. So he could be like, wait, whoops, maybe I shouldn't have done that. So yeah, that can make you just what's it called? Like, yeah, underestimate what the consequences of your actions could be, like as far as anything that's negative, any negative side effects or like a downside to things. You won't really see it with these squares to Jupiter. And then Mars and Chiron could be like if you're doing something active and you're just literally jumping into some shit and like you don't really see what's in front of you, you know, that can possibly result in some sort of physical injury. Okay, so I just have to mention that. But yes, on the 11th we do have a new moon in Taurus. Let's see. I did talk about this in the May monthly video. If you guys want to go check that out, I did include the new moons, the full moons, the Mercury retrogrades of it all, and all of that stuff. And I will link that video in this video too. But yeah, the new moon in Taurus. I mean, and if you want to know how this new moon affects you, you got to get yourself a little monthly horoscope here to know where it's at for your sign, what area of life it's bringing some new things, but also getting rid of some old shit. Okay, because that's what I find with new moons, is it doesn't just mean a brand new beginning. The moon goes dark, you know, and so it's like clearing something away. I used to be one of the ones that would get all hyped about the new moon too, like, oh my god, something new is coming. And say for example, like a new moon happening in my 5th house, you know, of dating, and I'm like, oh, this could be like, I remember once I was seeing someone and there was a new moon coming up in my 5th house, and I was excited about that, thinking, oh, this can mean like a new beginning with our dating situation, some good stuff, you know what I'm saying? But no, actually, it ended up I had to let go of that person because of their fuckboy antics, unfortunately. And if you want to go ahead and try to guess their sign, go right on ahead in the comments. I had to let them go, you know, and I was thinking, oh, new beginnings. And really, they did some shit to really disappoint me, and some shit to like make me look stupid in public, and you know, just painful things. So that new moon in my 5th house was actually a clearing out of that dating situation and into it, to clear things away so that something else new can grow with someone else new later on. So yeah, new moons, not saying to just be like, oh my god, gloom and doom, something's going to end, dun dun dun, you know, there's nothing new coming, oh my god. Oh. Not saying to think like that, but just keeping it real, just letting you know, sometimes it means something old has to go away so something new can come in that's better a little later. Okay, so a new moon in Taurus, basically Taurus rules our material world, our physical world, and money. The stuff that you buy at the grocery store, how you handle your money, how you earn your money, that's all Taurus. So we could see a new beginning just in general within our lives that has to do with that stuff. I would say collectively, I'm here in the US, as most of you may know, and we have a lot of stuff going on with money here in the US, especially Uranus is in Taurus. I mean, that's going on until 2026. Like, everybody worldwide, like money, the monetary systems are going to be changing and have been changing and stuff like that. And the what's it called? Like our societies, like the money within our societies, anything to do with money has been changing and still will continue to. So we may still see with this new moon in Taurus, there could be a new development within something to do with like, for example, like stimulus payments, like here in the US, or like the food stamps and the nutrition assistance, which, you know, Taurus rules that. And I actually think that was created the last time Uranus was in Taurus. And I think unemployment, I want to say, was created also last time Uranus was in Taurus as well. We're talking the Great Depression times, though, you guys, like 84 years ago plus, like around 80 something years ago. So this new moon in Taurus, while Uranus is here, they're not touching Uranus as far as degree, like by the orbs that I use 8 degrees of separation. This is 10 degrees apart. So it could, Uranus could still be sending like a little lightning strike or two, you know, at the new moon, and they could be jolted just a little bit, you know, but it's not as intense as if it were like a closer degree to 11 degrees, if that makes sense. But yeah, so there's something developing, something that could change that has to do with money in whatever country that you're in, society that you're in, state, whatever. Okay, something to do with money and the handling of money and making sure that people are nourished and fed. Something to do with businesses, because This is also making a trine aspect to Pluto and Capricorn rules corporations and businesses. Pluto is the destruction and the rebuilding of things, like burning things down to the ashes and rising them above again, fresh and new. So there's something to do with businesses, corporations. It could be stocks. It could be investments like in like digital currencies, and like, you know, bitcoins and cryptocurrencies and all that shit. There's something that's going to be new, some new development, some new announcement or something, right? And then this new moon is making a minor aspect to Neptune and Pisces. It is minor, you know what I'm saying? I'm mostly really focused in these horoscopes on the major transits and like the trines and the conjunctions and the oppositions, the really strong ones. So yeah, something to do with business, money, corporations, you know, food, money. Okay, with the new moon in Taurus. But as far as you personally, what you can do on the new moon in Taurus is set some new goals for yourself, like financial goals, and spending budgets, and, you know, check your spending habits and stuff like that. Okay. All right. So that's the new moon in Taurus on the 11th. And oh, we also have Mercury is conjoining with the North Node. That's actually more on exact on the 10th. Mercury and the North Node together. Now this is in Gemini, so there could be something to do with like news and information, or something to do with schools and teaching, or something that comes about, you know, some sort of important communication. But Mercury is like our thinking, and then the North Node is like our goals, you know, like our destiny, like we're trying to reach our ultimate destiny as a soul. That's the North Node. Our purpose is the North Node. So a lot of people can be thinking more about their purpose and planning things in their lives based around their purpose, starting at the beginning of the week. You know, it's exact on the 10th, but, you know, it could start like on the 9th, and a couple days after it still hangs out, you know? So yeah, Mercury and the North Node, people can become super duper obsessed with their goals and aspirations. And wherever Gemini is in your chart, you could be like magnetically drawn in that direction and want to shut everything else out, you know? Like if you are, for example, like if you're a Virgo rising, this is in your 10th house of career. So maybe this week is like a crucial career week for you, to where all you're focused on is just your career and success, and how to make it even higher than your current status within your career. You know what I'm saying? So that's just an example. If you're a Pisces, or no, if you're a Sagittarius rising, this could be like, this is your 7th. So this could be like you're super obsessed with dating and relationships, and maybe you're on those fucking human video games, aka dating apps, you know, obsessively flipping through people and trying to find yourself several dates. I was gonna say find yourself a little boo, but most Sagittarians, they like variety and skipping and hopping and trotting all over the place. So maybe you're trying to find several, you know, forms of attention from other people or something like that. You know what I mean? So there's just an obsession with wherever Gemini is at in your chart this week. Okay. And then we move on to the 12th. There's a few things popping on that day. So Mercury is trine to Saturn. So here's even more concentrated energy that we are putting towards some things, right? Like Saturn is about sitting your ass down in one spot for a long ass time and focusing on things, you know, focusing on goals and where is this going to get me in the long run? What's my 5-year plan with this? That's Saturn energy, right? So Mercury is making this aspect to Saturn. So they're about thinking, planning, goals, you know, and then conjoining with the North Node. Shit, this is actually a really good week before, like, yo, this week is good to plot out and plan out things before Mercury goes retro. Not only is he going to go retro or in shadow period, right? Because not only is he going to be in shadow and then retrograde, he's going to be start making aspects to Neptune, which will have us all fucked up. Like, you know, we're going to be in shadow, retro, and Neptune confusing ass unclear, uncertain Neptune, daydreaming ass Neptune in the mix. Yeah. So our minds are going to be so like, it's going to be very hard to stay clear-minded in the next couple of weeks, actually in the next month. All right. Next fucking 2 months. Let's be like, keep it all the way real here, because Mercury doesn't get out of shadow and all that stuff till like July. Was it July 11th? Yeah, like July 11th. Where's it at? Yeah. Okay. So around or July, well, let's see. Mercury goes retro, I think, at like 24 or something degrees. So like, yeah, like the 8th or 9th or something like that. The beginning of July. So pretty much a whole month. Yeah, 24 degrees. So yeah, it looks like around like the 8th of July is when we'll be in the clear. Okay, but then Mercury is still making aspects to Neptune. So not until Mercury starts moving into Cancer, like, you know, a couple degrees into Cancer, which is mid-July, will we really fully be in the clear. Like, oh, okay, now, oh, I see now what's really going on. Yeah, so we have 2 months of uncertainty and lacking clarity, and it just being hard to navigate mentally, using clear, concise logic and reason and stuff. Okay, so this is the week, you guys, to get your shit together, plan things out, do things like take the precautions for Mercury retro and shadow, you know, like get your car checked out, get all your tires. That reminds me, I need to air up some motherfucking tires, man. You know, check things out with your vehicle, make sure that this is intact, make sure you have the screen protectors on your devices, and make sure you have your data backed up on your devices too, because this Mercury retro in Gemini and then aspecting Neptune, shit, this is like, everybody's gonna be losing their phones. Okay, everybody's going to be losing their phones, and where did I leave this? And oh my God, you know, where I leave my tablet and all this shit. Like, people are going to be losing their phones, losing their minds, losing their debit cards. Okay, just stuff like that. So this is the week to where you have a clearer mind that can sit down and focus and plan things out and really look around at everything that needs to be accomplished. So take advantage of that, people, because the next 2 months are going to be quite the mercurial ride, okay? So that's on the 12th. We have Mercury trine to Saturn. And then we have the moon moving into Gemini also on the 12th. So the moon joins Venus and Mercury and the North Node in this big ass Gemini party in the sky. What does that mean when the moon goes into Gemini? Well, it just increases all the Gemini energy that's already present, to where people are, you know, wanting to listen to more podcasts. They're wanting to listen to podcasts and radio programs and stuff like that while they are doing things like listening to something while you're doing another activity, to like multitask, you know, because you always got to hear some talking. Your mind has to be stimulated. It's people talking faster, sharing more memes, taking things less seriously, being more lighthearted, not really wanting to get too deep with conversations and stuff, just the surface, and just move on to the next topic quickly. And, you know, just all the fun shit. Gemini energy, pulling pranks on people, you know, prank calling and stuff like that. What else when the moon's in Gemini? Yeah, your minds can be super active. Luckily, the ruling planet of where the moon is at, like I said, it's conjoined to the North Node and it's trine to Saturn. It's like anchoring down some of the Gemini energy from going wah, wah, all over the place like a fucking Tasmanian devil, like they usually are, like, bah, you know? It's like, okay, see, I'm caught up in that Gemini stuff. You can tell by my screen, like, so anyway, like, yeah, your mind can be like 50 tabs are open, you're toggling between all of them back and forth, and you're like, where am I, who am I, what am I doing, oh my God, I'm here, I'm there, I'm supposed to do this, wait, now I'm going to do this, and now I'm bored and I want to go over here. And yeah, so moon in Gemini is just going to add to tornado of it all of our lives this week. Okay. So the moon is in Gemini from the 12th until the 14th. So then, oh my God, I'm so excited. I'm so freaking hyped, you guys. Because on the 13th, hello. On the 13th, Jupiter, Mr. Jupiter moves into Pisces. Okay. So I talked about this in the May video. So you guys got to check it out. I talk about this in the 2021 horoscopes in detail. So check those out. I talk about these in the monthly May videos. Also, I touch on where this affects you for a couple months, you know. So go check those out. But let me just say a couple general things in here about Jupiter and Pisces. So Jupiter goes into a sign once every 12 years, right? So the last time Jupiter was in Pisces was roughly about 12 years ago. Wherever Jupiter is at, he expands what he touches. I say Jupiter is like a projector screen. Like he blows things up huge so you can see it all exaggerated, whether it's good or bad. So collectively, what's going to be blown up even more is Pisces tings, right? So prepare for that. Prepare for seeing more mainstream Piscean stuff. Now, Pisces, it rules like mysticism. It's one of the rulers of like, you know, mystical, magical things, and like the stuff that we here around these parts are into. You know, if you're listening to this, you probably know exactly what I'm talking about. I don't have to explain to you what mystical, magical shit is. But stuff like astrology and tarot, you know, and magic and stuff like that. So yeah, we're going to see more of an exaggeration of that, like in the mainstream, and a popularity boost and stuff like that. And also other things that Pisces rules. There can be issues and concerns around Pisces, things that Pisces rules that are brought more to the forefront within the news and the media, like stuff to do with the ocean, the health of the ocean and fish and sea life and things like that. Okay. But yeah, that's Jupiter. That's just touching on Jupiter and Pisces. He's going to be in Pisces from now until July, because he's only going to get up to 2 degrees and then go retrograde, and then he's going to come back the very last few days of December, and he's going to stay throughout 2022. Okay, but I'm excited because Pisces is my 5th house. Oh my God, and I'm a Pisces moon. Like, I'm so excited because Jupiter, he brings joy. Like, he boosts your mood and shit. You know, he makes you like, no worries and don't worry, be happy. You know, Jupiter rules Sagittarius, and you know how people who have an abundance of Sagittarian energy, as long as it doesn't land in some grumpy old fucking earth sign house or something that is, you know, to where they're just like, meow. I know some Sages that are like that. They're like, I'm a Sag and I'm not smiling all the time and I don't have dimples and I'm not happy-go-lucky and well, maybe because you have a lot of Capricorn in the mix with your Sag sun, sir or ma'am, okay? And also maybe because your Sag shit lands in a sappy crybaby water house or a grumpy old crotchety earth sign house, you know? So anyway, but the true nature of Sag is just to be adventurous and fun, and just not worry about the heavy stuff in life. Not, you know, don't let no one get you down. Like, you know how the old school like gangsters say that and, you know, draw that and shit. And there's an oldie that's like, don't let no one get you down, or something like that. Don't let no one get you down. That's Jupiter all day. So when Jupiter goes into one of your signs, oh my God, like you have more of that attitude. You see life more in that light. So Pisces people, my fellow fishies, we're in for hopefully a good summer with Jupiter here. Even though he's going to go retrograde, but still Jupiter retrograde isn't as bad as like Mercury's ass, you know, causing all kinds of havoc in our regular everyday lives and stuff. Jupiter's a little more further away, so he does a little less noticeable damage, if he does any at all. Okay, but yeah, Jupiter in Pisces on the 13th. Oh my God, I'm so hyped, you guys. So anyway, or how does everybody say now? This summer's gonna be lit. Yeah, I'm not one to catch on to all the little terms and lingos and shit. Like like that. You know what I mean? I'm very stubborn and Uranian, and like when everybody's going one way, I go the opposite way and observe them, like, why are you guys going this way? Why are you guys all saying that word? Let me scientifically dissect or astrologically dissect why everybody is saying this or doing this, and figure out if I should be saying or doing it too. So yeah, I don't really say lit all the time because I get annoyed by trends. But yeah, just for the sake of those who speak that little lingo, this is a fucking lit ass hot girl, hot boy summer for Pisceans. Okay, for the fishies. We're all gonna be at the beach, hopefully looking good. Okay. So anyway, moving on. Also on the 13th, look at me writing all these little advanced astrology notes. Okay. So also on the 13th, this is when Venus, where's she at? She's at the, ooh, shit, look at this, 5:55, dun, dun, dun. Venus is at the eclipse point on this day. So the eclipse that's coming up on the 26th is at 5 degrees of Sagittarius, right? So Venus is going to be at that 5th degree of Sagittarius on May 13th. So pay attention. Of Gemini, right? Because the eclipse coming up is lunar, which means it's the sun and the moon. So it's the sun at 5 Gemini and the moon at 5 Sagittarius. Okay, so that means that on this day, you know, Venus will be at the eclipse degree. So leading up to an eclipse, like really close date range of an eclipse, pay attention to when planets are hitting that eclipse sign and degree, because pay attention around you. You know, if you have the ability to. I know it's Gemini season. People ain't paying attention to a fucking thing. Okay, I bet you half the people that have opened this video have already tuned out by now during Gemini season with zero fucking attention span. But it's cool. You know, 'tis the season to not pay attention to shit, right? But if you pay attention around you though, like the 13th, you know, wherever Gemini's at in your chart, wherever Venus is trekking through, take little notes, you know, journal and stuff like that if you can, and see what's going on, you know, and go, and you can have like a sneak preview of maybe what the eclipse might be bringing to you in a couple of weeks. Speaking of journaling, you guys, stay posted, okay? Because I am going to have a class on astrological journaling. Oh my God, that's my Gemini season class that I'm going to be teaching. So just stay posted and stay tuned for that. I'm so looking forward to this because journaling through astrology really helps you to become your own astrologer. Like, no bullshit. Seriously. It's helped me out so much. I have journal notebooks from like 10 years ago almost, you know. Yeah, from like 10 years ago when I first started learning, and it really helps tremendously. So anyway, yeah, Venus will be at the eclipse point on the 13th, okay? So, and then on the 14th, we have the moon going into Cancer. Is it the 14th? Yeah, the moon goes into Cancer, and the moon will be in Cancer the whole rest of the weekend. Okay, so actually she stays there until the 17th, at least over here in my time zone. Okay, so May 14th, the moon goes into Cancer. So we have the weekend, a Cancer moon weekend. People might be hanging out, barbecuing, and, you know, looking through family photo albums and reminiscing, and probably being attached to their mothers or their families, wanting to be babied and stay in bed and cry, and then sing that old ass song, "What about me? It isn't fair. You just take more than you can." Sorry, that's a Cancer theme song to me. What about me? It isn't fair. I don't know the actual name of the song, but look that shit up, you guys, and read the lyrics. Tell me that's not a fucking Cancer themed song. What about me? It isn't fair. You take more than you give. Oh my God, I do so much for you. Okay, I'll stop. before the Cancers really start getting mad and crying. But yeah, Moon and Cancer days, everybody has a little bit of that vibe and attitude. And people are just more sensitive, you know. Usually the grub is hitting. The grub is on point during Moon and Cancer days. I'm going to tell you this. Days when the moon is in Taurus and when the moon is in Cancer, and also when the moon is in Sagittarius, are ones to where it is dangerous to go grocery shopping, especially if you're trying to stick to a list or a budget. Let me tell you, it's so hard to stick to that, because on those days you just want more and more and more of everything. I'd say the moon in Taurus and Cancer, those days, moon and Taurus days are like anything that's on sale, you buy it just because it's on fucking sale, right? And yeah, there could be some cravings in the mix, like, ooh, I wonder what this tastes like, and you know, all that stuff. And the moon and Cancer days are more like cravings and emotional spending. Oh my God, I feel like if I eat this, it'll make me feel better. It's more about that. Okay. And then moon and Sag days are like, I just want more of everything. Yeah, I can afford to buy this. Fuck it. Swipe the card. Cha-ching, you know. Look at it later. Worry about it later. No worries. I'm about to enjoy myself. Living my best life. That's moon and Sag days. So those days are difficult to stick with your grocery shopping budgets. Just FYI. And yeah, this whole weekend, the 14th, 15th, 16th, we have the moon in Cancer. So yeah, the moon will encounter Mars on the 15th in the evening, and it could be the 16th if you're in a different country. Yeah, so moon and Mars in Cancer, that equates to the water boy. You know the movie The Water Boy with Adam Sandler? That equates to the water boy energy all day. All day. Don't talk about anybody's mamas, okay? Don't talk about anybody's mamas on this evening. The yo mama jokes, just cut it. Like, just don't. People can be really emotionally impulsive on the 15th. And this is where fights can break out, to where people are just, they're pissed off, but they're crying at the same time. Especially if you're a Cancer, or if you're an Aries rising, okay, this is very difficult for you to navigate and control your emotions on that day. But yeah, moon and Mars in Cancer, very emotionally impulsive. I don't know what else to say about it except just try to keep calm, woo-saw, you know. All right. And then that's really it as far as anything major aspects and ingresses. The moon is in Cancer for the rest of the day on the 16th, you know, and I'm only covering through the 16th. So Venus will actually start to conjoin the North Node on the 16th. On the 17th is when it'll be exact, so I'll talk more about that next week. But yeah, Venus and North Node could also be like extreme obsession with Venusian things, like love or money, buying things. You know, your appetite can be insatiable for food, for perfume, for candles, for attention, affection, and love, and all that Venusian stuff. Yeah, so that begins to build up on this coming weekend too. Okay, so that's it, you guys, for the weekly forecast for the 9th through the 16th of May 2021. Thank you for listening. If you actually listened, not Gemini I'm listening, but you actually listened to me talk this whole time, thank you very much. And don't forget to cop yourself a horoscope, either a monthly or a yearly, to know even more details on what's cracking, what's going on in the sky that affects your personal life and your world. All right, so don't forget to follow me on IG, and I try to keep up to date with horoscope stuff there, and memes and goofy shit on there too. So anyway, I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. All right, peace.